I love pizza. Everybody does, right? And while classic pizza is great, today I'm gonna show you my other favorite kind, prosciutto and arugula pizza. This is cheesy and a little salty from the prosciutto, but it's topped with lemony, bright arugula, which makes it the perfect pizza for summer. So follow along and I'll show you how to make it. You're gonna start by adding warm water and yeast to a large bowl, or just get it started. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. It'll all kind of soak together and get a little foamy, and then we're gonna add the other ingredients. So now it's time to add the honey and the olive oil. Some recipes call just for sugar too. I just personally like the honey. Adds a slightly different flavor, and it's all very subtle, so if you only have sugar at home, that works totally fine. So lock this up, add some flour in there to get started, and then we're gonna turn this on. All right, once it's done, you're gonna grab a bowl and just add some oil to it. Make sure that the bottom is all coated, and then we're gonna take the dough out. And it should be moist, but nice and sticky, like pizza dough. And just form it. Guys, it's really sticky. Can I have a little flour? So you wanna make sure that there's enough flour on it, and then wash your hands. So you can make sure that it's oiled in your bowl, and then just cover it with a towel, and you want to set it aside for at least an hour, probably more like an hour and a half. You want it to double in size, and then it's ready to work with. Once your dough has doubled, you get it out of the bowl, and we're going to roll it out. Make sure you have a floured surface, and make sure that your rolling pin has been floured a little bit, and that'll help the sticking. Roll it out. And this is looking good. So once it's all rolled out, as easily as you can, you want to transfer it over. Sometimes it helps to utilize your rolling pin a little bit. Make sure that your pan is greased. Or you can also use a pizza stone. Those work really well too. I'm not picky about this being a perfect circle. I like how it's a little rustic, but you can always just play with it once it's on the pan, and then it looks just like it was when it was rolled out. And now we're ready for toppings. Once it's transferred to your pan or pizza stone, just coat it in a little bit of olive oil, especially because we're not using a red sauce. This will help keep the moisture, and it'll also help the crust get nice and golden brown. So we're gonna start with some shallots. Spread those along the bottom. And also, it's worth mentioning that if you don't wanna make your own pizza dough, you can stop by a grocery store or your local pizzeria, ask them if they have any fresh dough. Usually they'll sell it to you for really cheap, and it just takes out that whole step. Okay, now let's add some cheese. And I'm using both fontina and mozzarella. And the combination is just really nice and subtle, but still cheesy and pizza-y and delicious. So once the cheese is covered, then we're gonna lay on the prosciutto. And there's really no rhyme or reason to this. Just make sure that every bite has a little bit of it. While the pizza's cooking in the oven, you can assemble your arugula, and this is super simple. I just think that adding some olive oil and lemon juice brings out the bright, peppery flavors in the arugula and complements the pizza really nicely. So just coat it in some olive oil, squeeze about half a lemon on, And then sprinkle with some salt. And then also grind up some pepper. And then just give it a nice toss. You can always add more olive oil, more lemon juice if you feel like it needs it. Once the pizza's out of the oven, you can transfer it over to whatever you're gonna serve it on. We're just gonna move it right over here. And then we're gonna put the arugula on top. And I like to pile it just right in the middle so you can still see all the prosciutto on there. And then there's one final step, and this is totally optional, but for Italians, to add just a little bit of Parmesan cheese on. And that's all there is to it. You can really play with ratios on this, more arugula, more prosciutto, more cheese, whatever you're in the mood for, but you're gonna love this flavor combination. If you wanna learn more about cooking or pizzas, check out Escoffier online and their courses, or if you make your own at home, make sure you tag us and show us how you did it by tagging Learn to Cook Online or finding us on any other social channel. You can also subscribe below for more awesome recipe ideas. See you next time.